Welcome to My Skeptical Sister.
I'm Megan, the skeptical one.
I'm Erin the Believer. I forgot to tell you, I finally made it on TikTok.
Wait, I thought you've been on TikTok
No,
for
no,
a while.
no. Like I made it.
Oh, you got big on TikTok?
I'm huge on TikTok.
What?
I'm as huge as I'll ever be on TikTok.
Okay. How big is huge?
Okay. Well, my huge.
Okay.
Because again, I can't stress enough. This is as famous as I'll ever be.
Okay.
So on TikTok, once you've been on there for a little bit, you will notice that I guess anybody can do it, but you can respond to a comment with another video.
Oh, okay.
And then that video can get, popular or whatever.
Okay.
So I made a comment on, I feel like it's a big one. They're like doing stuff. It's funny. I check it all the time because it's really
channels,
funny.
like TikTok channels?
That's a great question, and I have no idea.
Blind leading the blind here.
Right.
Okay.
Old leading the old.
Leading the old, yes, for sure.
Yeah. So there's this guy who I know his like alter ego is a drag queen.
Okay. Love it.
And actually, I'm not really sure if he goes by guy. So this person, we're going to say person because I'm not sure. When they were in 3rd grade, apparently their cousin tragically died.
Oh, no.
And their teacher made their whole class make grieving cards. Like, I'm so sorry for your loss.
Okay.
And now he is rating them on a scale of 1 to 10 as an adult.
Oh, my God.
They are hilarious.
I love people with personalities.
So every night they go through these cards and rate. Well, it's not every night, unfortunately, because really I'm like, bring me more. They're hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
Every night they go through and they're like, I really like the artistic value on this one. And they pronounce them like phonetically, however they spelled it. So it's always like, I'm sorry for the loss of your cousin. They're awful. It's like such dark humor, but they're hilarious.
Oh, that's great.
And so, I'm sitting here thinking he probably had They probably had 24 kids in their class. This is going to end. This whole series. It can't go on forever. So I wrote, I'm an elementary art teacher, and I think this is the best series out there. I've got lots of weird material for you when you run out.
Oh, there you go.
They responded,
no.
Look at this. Look.
Wait, where am I looking at?
This is my comment.
Oh, that's your comment. Okay.
That's my comment. And they made a whole video responding to that.
Shut your mouth.
To lead into their next one. I'm like, all right. So if you all want to check this person out, it is really funny. You need to start from the start of the yellow pages, like the yellow cards, but their handle, I'm going to try to say what their name is. Abortiadrassi.
Oh,
remember they're a drag queen. Abortiaderossi.
Wow, that is quite the name.
Yes. And they are very funny. So you should check them out. But
I will definitely.
I was like, I wrote another comment on that one. I was like, oh my gosh. Have I made it?
I'm verklempt.
I know. That comment got over 1,000 likes on it.
Holy cow, Erin. 1,000 likes? That's amazing.
I know. That's as big as I'll ever get.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, you've peaked.
I've made it.
I hope it was worth it. I mean, I hope you took it all in, let it,
Oh yeah. I've been sitting on it.
Speech.
I meant to tell you last week and forgot. So I've been holding this in for a whole week.
I can't wait to watch the video.
Yeah, they're good.
That's awesome.
They're very funny. Anyways, what's up with you?
What's up with me?
You're red as a lobster.
I am red as a lobster. We went to the pool today, and like I tend to do, forgot to put sunscreen on. Too busy lathering it all over my redheaded children.
Did you forget, or were you just like high hopes?
Well, sometimes I'm like, I just got to get that first burn in, and then I'll just kind of be golden for the rest of the summer. But I don't know, pretty red. Red.
Yeah, my legs are pretty burnt. I have a hard time. It's so hard because I just look so much better tan.
Oh my gosh. I was looking at my legs today before. The thoughts that were going through my head. I was like, why do we do this to ourselves? Like, why even look in the mirror?
Yeah.
I already know what I'm going to look like in a bathing suit. Why do I need to just go back? I look exactly the same way, if not worse, than last summer. So why even put the bathing suit on and get in front of the mirror to then critique myself?
Yeah.
And my only thought was like, finally, after, just shutting it down. I'm like, just shut it down. This negative self-talk, it's not doing you any good. So shut it down. My last thought was, fat'll tan. It'll look better tan. So I just walked out like, it'll be fine.
Yeah, I know. I bought, last year, I was all like, it'd be great. I'm going to embrace my curves. So I stopped buying anything that was like suction me in a little bit more.
Yeah.
It was more like, this would be comfortable.
Just let it go. It'd be
and
great.
then I tried those on today and was like, oh, I don't think I like this at all. So I wore my bathing suit that I've worn for years.
Oh, this was when the pandemic happened and pools were closed. So we only went to the pool in Megan's backyard.
Exactly. Yeah. So
I mean, shit, we could always do that again. Let's just throw it on a pool.
Just get a little above ground, tiny one.
Who cares? Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I know. I really, it's really goes in waves of days where I'm like, yeah, I'm looking good like this. And then the next day I'm like, oh.
Well, I just the other day I saw some show. I can't even remember what it was, but it's like Mean Girls saying like, she really let herself go. And I hate that term.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, what if we changed our mind into, she's really evolved into not giving a fuck what all of you people think.
Yeah.
Because today, once I got to the pool, it was all just a bunch of other moms with their kids. And I'm like, who am I here to impress? Like, Erin already knows I'm fucking hilarious. So I'm like, she knows I'm a famous podcaster. I don't care about these other bitches here. I'm just going to have a good time. So,
unless you were listening, you were all lovely.
Yes, you were lovely.
Actually, they really were. They were just, nobody talked to us at all.
There was,
which is great. It was great.
Totally fine with that. I did not appreciate the one lady who was like, she was hanging out with her friends, but right at the stairs.
Oh, yeah. They were all over those
I'm
stairs.
like, look, I'm trying to, as gracefully as I can, get in and out of this pool. So could you please just give me the handrail?
Right.
But, it was fine. And then my kids, if everybody could see me like my kids see me.
Yeah.
They could care less.
Right.
They could care less. I don't know. I mean, even Miles, he was like, I love your bathing suit, Mom. I'm like, oh, thanks. Like, that was the first thing he said when I walked out. So that's all I needed. It was his approval and nobody else's that I cared about.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
And I came home and had afternoon sex. So I guess that's I'll leave that out.
Now you put that in. You're not hurting at all. Be proud of that. I will say, speaking, because we're kind of on a roll, we're being a little bit funny, I think. I never know. I'm like, okay, I think you're hilarious. But tonight, Miles said, why do you record for so long, Mom? I said, well, because we have so much fun. And he said, what do you all do? And I said, we just make each other laugh a lot. And it was like, you're kind of like that place you and Dad went where people made you laugh. I was like, oh yeah, like a comedian. And he was like, yeah. I said, well, we do call ourselves a comedy podcast. He said, well, Mom, just do that for your job. You don't have to be a teacher anymore. And I was like, oh, buddy, I don't think we're that funny, but thanks, and I appreciate it. Oh, so sweet. Just do that for your job. And then I thought, I know what his angle is here. Because I found out that when I come over here to record, that little shit sneaks out of bed and goes, he does all sorts of things because his dad is not paying attention, as vigilant as I would be. So he's up sneaking candy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, doing all sorts of stuff. So,
yeah, go record every night.
Yeah. Make this your career. I really like the nighttime shift. It really works well for my schedule.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm on to him.
Yeah, they're hard to beat that tricky.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you ready for some stories?
Yeah, let's hear them.
I think you should start.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I'm like, yeah, go. Oh, yeah, we already discussed who was going to go first. Look at us being organized. So, this week, we have a story from the cherished Charlie.
Listen to that.
Yep. I'm not even going to say what we used to call her. Don't think she appreciated it much. So
I always tried to get you to not say it.
I always liked the name. I mean, personally, I thought it was fun. It was quirky. It was funny. It was great. But here's why we're going to change her name. She always gives us great material.
Okay.
As we were talking right now, in fact, I'm just going to be transparent. I even said to you, hey, we've got a story from Charlie just kind of sitting there. Maybe we should look into that. Do you think she's kind of mad at me because I keep calling her Chomp at the Bit? Oh, I said I wasn't going to say it, but there it is. Chomp at the Bit, Charlie. It was up for debate because you're like, yeah, she hadn't talked to me in a while either. As we were sitting here reading, about to read the story, you're like, she's texting me, which is a weird thing to say. She was messaging you right at that
I don't
moment.
give everybody my phone number.
I know. I was like, Charlie has your phone number? No judgment. It's fine. But I'm like, that's so strange. Not because it's Charlie, just because it's anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After I met my husband online, I was like, that's it. I'm never giving my personal information out after this.
Right.
What else could happen?
Who knows? I mean, identity theft.
Yeah, I just struck gold that first time. Next time it's going to be bad.
Yeah, next time it might be. Who knows what Charlie's really after? I'm kidding, Charlie. So anyway, clearly she's not mad at us, which thank goodness, because we need Charlie. She gives us great stories.
Yeah.
And we love Charlie. And I like to just have fun banter with her. I hope she thinks it's fun. I think it's fun. So, Cherish Charlie, here we go. And this one's called New House, New Noises. So Charlie has written in about the house that she grew up in several different episodes. You can go back throughout our history and listen to them. And she talks about her haunted house. But then this is the new house they moved in right after they left that haunted house. Okay. Here we go. I'm not a good sleeper. I haven't been since I was about 5. I often find myself up late at night or once woken in the night, unable to fall back asleep. So I know, I hate that.
Yeah, I'm a horrible sleeper.
Yeah, the other night, the dog woke me up and I swear I laid there and wrote in my mind a small story, like a small novel.
Oh, wow.
Just started going with it. It's like, well, we'll see where this goes. I mean, I wrote the entire first chapter, I think.
Was it good?
I don't really remember much of it. I was awake fully when I was writing it in my mind. And even thought at one point I should just roll over and make little editorial notes. And then I thought, who the hell do I think I am? Just go to bed. So I get it, Charlie, for sure. So after about a week in the new house, I am up late and unable to fall asleep. So I started cataloging the house noises. Once you know what a noise is, you are no longer scared of it, right? That weird deep rumble that sounds like something in your closet waiting to eat you is really your stepdad snoring. That noise that sounds like a bit like a small muffled scream is really my mom with undiagnosed sleep apnea.
Oh, wow.
No, not scary at all. I mean, the stopping breathing part with the sleep apnea is a little unsettling.
Yeah.
She cracks me up. But we can work with that one. Night after night, I kept crossing individual house noises off my list. So, of course, the very solid sound of someone walking up and down the stairs at night in our new house had to be my mom. After a few weeks of this, I started to worry about why she was up so late at night. Oh, this is why you're cherished, Charlie. She cracks me up. For the parentheses, contemplating another husband, perhaps?
Well, depends on those snores from stepdads.
Right. Charlie, you cracked me up. Also, in this email, Charlie included a picture of her mother with her 4 ex-husbands at Charlie's wedding.
Oh my God.
Which is the cutest thing I've ever seen. So like clearly they're all great guys. Mom is a great person. They just, whatever. She tried it out. It didn't work. But they're all invited to the wedding, which I love. They all look so happy.
Oh.
And this, I mean, it is so cute. See it. Yeah, here.
Oh my goodness, they're so cute.
They're all so happy.
They all kind of look alike.
I know. Yeah, she's definitely got a type.
She's got
definitely has a type.
A silver fox.
I will say so. But I love it because they're all just smiling real big, like it's all kind of a funny inside joke.
Right.
Like, come on in, John. We got another one. So I love that. Contemplating another husband, perhaps. So, at dinner one night, I asked if she was having problems sleeping. She said no, other than the occasional bout of insomnia, but I just read a book in bed when that happens. Mom, you're telling me that you are not up at night pacing up and down the stairs? Long pause. No. My little sister pipes up with a, I hear it too. I thought it was you and John.
Oh my gosh.
And in parentheses, the new husband / stepdad. I'm feeling a bit rattled at this point. The walking up and down the stairs happen nightly from about 1 a.m. to 4 a.m.
Oh my gosh.
Mom says it's just the house noises. Listen, house noises do not happen every night for 3 hours at a time, every single day of every season of the year. Yes, it is still happening at this house today.
Okay, but I could say that they could happen, but not the sound of walking so steady.
Megan, just in case you were pre-debunking, we are cold house sleepers. The heat was not turned on ever until well into the fall, and then it doesn't go on at night. We are a cold-blooded lot. The stairs are carpeted, and the footsteps never change their pace and never go anywhere other than up and down the stairs. So, out of all the scary things this house has to offer, this is the smallest and easiest to deal with.
That has got to be the most fit ghost.
Right. They're
Up
really
and down the stairs
out
for 3 hours. Good
every
Lord.
night. I mean, committed too.
Oh
Very
my
committed.
gosh. If that's my afterlife,
Yes.
I'm going to be so pissed.
You're going to be one of those moms lounging on the stairs like, I'm just going to go sit here on the
Whatever.
stairs.
I'll be like, I'll sit in 3 hours when my shift is done.
Right.
That sucks.
Oh, it's hilarious. Lesson learned here. Make sure you go to the bathroom before 1 a.m. and turn the radio on in your room to drown out the footsteps that aren't your mom or stepdad's because it's a ghost.
Oh, yeah, that's creepy.
Yeah, except for that, here's what makes it, to me, more debunkable, is that it happens every single night.
Has anybody ever gone out to check?
That's my thing, is that I'm like, you could record that. If you go outside to look or go in the hallway, does it stop or can you still hear it?
Yeah.
How old is the house? Like, is there some sort of mechanical thing? Maybe not a furnace. I don't know what else could be down there, but something under the stairwell that could be happening in this old house. You know, like Rebe, she talked about like her house having like a buzzard or a bell, and there's old stuff that were, you know, different workings throughout the whole house because of how old it was.
Yeah.
Maybe this house has some sort of thing that once had a purpose and no longer does.
Yeah.
But it still is programmed. It comes on at that time every night.
And
it's just being dismissed as footsteps. To me, the fact that it happens every single night is like, well, let's figure that out. Get out the sledgehammer. Let's break open those stairs. It's time.
Yeah. Is it a standalone house too? Is it, it's not like a duplex or anything,
She
right?
didn't mention. I feel like if it was, she would have mentioned that.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you picturing a neighbor that's just like really fit?
Yeah.
For 20 years.
Sure.
Wow. That person's amazing. Richard Simmons.
Oh.
Did he pass away?
I don't think so, but there's
They
that
can't
whole
find
thing about
him.
like, where was he? He was walking those stairs.
He was walking the stairs that whole time.
They eventually found him.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Is there an update on that podcast?
Yeah, I think it ends with him finding him.
Oh, I'm going to have to go back because in the original one, they didn't. We need to shout out that podcast because it was a good one. It was so interesting.
Yeah, it was interesting. I gave up after a while for some reason.
Oh, not me. I thought it was fascinating.
What was it called? Like, where in the world is
San Diego?
Is
No. I thought it was
Richard
called
Simmons.
Finding Richard Simmons.
Oh, Finding Richard, maybe.
Let me see. Oh, just Missing Richard Simmons.
Huh. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's by Pineapple Street Media.
Oh, yeah. They're always a good one.
They are.
That producer that I said I reached out to
Yeah.
a long time ago, and she was like, oh, I'll listen. She works at Pineapple Street.
Oh, well, hey there, Melissa. What's her name?
Not Melissa. Barry. Hey there,
Ah.
Barry.
Hey there, Barry. Yeah, get us on your network. Make us big, Barry, so her TikTok can be into the 2000s.
Oh, no. I don't know if I can handle all that.
Oh, that's a lot of pressure.
It's a lot of pressure. Okay, well, good story. I think it is. I think it's got to be a ghost.
Do you?
It's really
You
weird.
seem hesitant, Erin.
No, I want to find out. Like, that's a good point about recording it.
Mm-hmm.
It could be recorded. I want someone, especially if it sounds like somebody still lives in that house.
Yeah.
Record it
Mhm.
and go out on the ledge, see if you can still see if it stops when you got there. All those things I want to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But
Also, is it consistent the entire time, 1 a.m. to 4 a.m.? Like it's just constant?
yeah, that's
Pace.
a good question.
Or is it like you can catch it between these hours?
Right. I feel like I can't think of anything making that noise in your house that wouldn't be steps, though. Like, wouldn't be someone walking.
Well, what if this house was built like back in the 1800s and it was the first attempt at an escalator?
Gosh.
So
What's
it's
wrong with you?
underneath there and it's just like dunk, 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 dunk. So it sounds like it.
But
know,
they
maybe.
scheduled it to only work at
From
those
1 a.m.
hours.
It was a night owl.
Every once in a while, your debunks are the most absurd thing I've ever heard.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Well, I'm going to read a story from another repeat writer.
I love it.
This is from Elena.
Love it. Hi, Elena.
Elena wrote in a couple weeks ago, or we read their story a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
Elena's story, original story that she wrote in, was about how she would wake up and there was like either an old woman standing in the corner
Ooh.
or the Hat Man.
Yeah, that was a creepy one. We got a lot of people saying how creepy that one was afterwards.
Yeah, it was good. Okay, so when I wrote back to say, hey, thanks for writing in and we're reading your story on this week's episode, they wrote back and said, how exciting. Can't wait to hear it on the pod. I'm obsessed with your show now.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I'm in the middle of you both. I'm a believer 100%, but everything with a healthy bit of skepticism.
That's right. That's right, Elena.
I don't believe everything I hear or see, but I know I've experienced enough to know that ghosts exist. I have a lot more stories of paranormal experiences to share. When I was around 19, I was coming home from dropping off my mom at work since we shared a car. It was early in the morning, so I went back to bed before classes at my local college. Minutes after falling asleep, I feel an arm go around my neck, pulling me on a chokehold.
Ooh.
I know.
Oh, like in a chokehold.
She's in bed, and like suddenly there's a chokehold around her neck.
Ooh, that's awful.
I immediately panicked and reached for the fitted sheet to pull myself up. When I touched my sheet, I felt a hand.
Oh, shit.
But
Sleep paralysis.
But not an adult hand. A small child's hand.
What kind of little shit is this?
I jumped out of bed and ran into the living room. I was alone in the house, and it's always just been my mom and I, so there's no chance of any breathing, living human being there. I was shaken up for days afterwards, and I slept on the couch. I recently lost my mom to heart disease, and I know for a fact she is always around. Sometimes she sits on my bed or plays with my cat named Bert. She loved seeing videos of him, so I think she's happy to play with him. I was more of a believer than she was, but she introduced me to the paranormal by obviously watching Ghost Hunters, the OG group.
Nice.
Thanks for reading, Elena.
Oh, I love it.
I know, and I'm not going to make you debunk the mom part.
Right.
But what happened there? Because it sounds like she wasn't asleep yet.
Yeah, I mean, my original was sleep paralysis, but then the fact that she said she jumped out of bed.
Right.
That debunks the sleep paralysis debunk.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna say a vivid dream though, because you can dream very vividly.
But she wasn't even asleep yet. She had just laid down.
That she thinks that she wasn't. I mean, there are times that haven't you been in a dream? You're like, am I dreaming? Like, did I fall asleep?
Yeah.
And not even realize. Yeah, you don't even realize you've fallen asleep.
But to feel a chokehold.
Yeah, I think that's like stress and anxiety.
Oh, gosh, that's awful.
But then from a little baby arm or a little like, ugh.
Well, okay, here's what I'm picturing. They feel the chokehold around their neck.
Yeah.
And then they say they go to reach for the fitted sheet, like to pull.
Oh.
And then they feel a hand.
Ooh.
So it's like coming from all angles.
Ooh, so it's not even around their neck that they're I was thinking.
Like they reached up.
They reached up thinking it was the fitted sheet around their throat.
No, I don't think that's what they meant.
Ooh, like to get themselves up. They tried to grab the fitted sheet and they felt a little hand.
Yes.
Oh, that's a horrible dream.
I know.
No.
That's awful.
Nobody wants that dream. That's
oh my
awful.
Gosh. I've told the story about the hand I felt when I was a kid, right? On the podcast.
I don't think so.
Really? I feel like I probably have. I can't imagine it not coming up.
Tell us more.
Okay, I'll tell it again. If I've told it already, I'm sorry. But it was interesting.
Again, it's our podcast. We are our mother. Do you know how many Sunday dinners we have to sit through and pretend like we have not heard a story that mom just told last Sunday dinner?
Right. That's true.
We are her daughters. So there you go.
Yes. Well, right after our grandpa Ralphie died, when I was in second grade, so I know I was young.
Okay. He
used to wear a pinky ring, like the mob.
Yeah,
which is
then
like,
Dad started wearing them for a while there.
I think he still wears it, doesn't he?
It's so weird.
It is weird. It doesn't seem weird until you think about the people they actually are, and you're like, no, that's weird.
Yeah, that is weird because he's definitely not. It's also weird that Dad wears a chain.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's very.
I love that people who don't know our dad are now thinking like,
you're making my sunburn hurt so bad because now I'm picturing what people are picturing our dad. And it's not at all
He's
what
such
he is.
A nerd.
He's such a nerd. But yeah, he definitely wears like a little. I love that chain because I grew up wearing it. But if my husband ever came home with that, I'd be like, oh, no, honey. You're not going to wear a chain.
Yeah. No, it's odd. It's really odd.
Yeah.
But anyways, so Grandpa Ralphie always wore the ring that Dad inherited.
Right. Now he wears it. Okay.
And when I was little, I used to get bad dreams all the time, and I would go and sleep with them. In fact, Charlie's story made me think of it because I would go in and lay down in between mom and dad, but they would both snore like.
Oh yeah, they're awful snores.
So I would usually get too scared of their snores and then leave. But
scared,
whatever.
I would just get annoyed. I'm like,
oh no, I was like,
I'd rather be scared than pissed off.
They sounded like monsters. Like they are loud snores,
very loud snores.
So I would usually give up and go back to my bed. But this one night, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go lay in bed because I'm scared. So I got in bed and I laid down, and mom wasn't there because she was in the hot tub. I could hear the jets outside. They have a hot tub right outside their door.
Yeah.
Have I told this story?
You have, but I love it. Keep going.
Oh no,
it's okay. I love it. I forget, just like everybody else has. I forget how it ended. So
sure.
Ahead.
Well, anyway, so I laid down, and I know Dad's right next to me. I can feel him next to me, and I put my hand on his hand because I was scared, and I felt his ring that he's been wearing since Grandpa Ralphie's funeral.
Okay,
and I start to fall asleep. And right then I heard laughing outside. And I was like, what is that? Who's mom laughing with? Because I'm holding his hand. Like Dad's right here.
Yeah.
And so I got up and I opened that door. And you also should know that our mom definitely.
I don't know about Dad because it's waist down. You can never tell. But mom
thank the Lord.
always in the nude when she gets in the hot tub.
Always naked in that hot tub. So if they're out there together, they're naked.
Things are happening. There is laughter for a reason.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to be checking outside if they're both out there. If it's just mom, it's nothing weird happening. That's just how she gets
that
in
we
bed
know of. But it's fine.
That's true. That's true. I shouldn't assume.
Yeah, I'm just having a good time by herself.
Who cares? I am going to assume for my own
mom,
well-being.
Let's assume it. Yes.
But anyways, so when I go to look out there, I see mom and dad.
Oh my!
Who are both like, "What are you doing?" Like startled because hello, I'm interrupting.
Right.
And I said, "Oh, nothing. Never mind." And I just went straight to my room. I was so scared. I didn't turn on the lights in there. I didn't do anything. I just went to my room. And the next morning I told Dad, I was like, I had my hand on your hand and I felt your ring.
What did Dad say about it? Why is my dad sleeping in my bed?
No, he got really quiet. He kind of shut it down. And I thought, well, I guess he doesn't believe me. And then a few years ago, recently, I said something about it and he was like, yeah, that story's always freaked me out. He's like, I've never forgotten that. That was really scary.
Oh, that's weird for Dad to admit.
I know.
Wow. So Dad forgot to tell you that he had a dummy.
A placeholder. What is that? A seat filler.
A seat filler
for his bed. He puts his ring. It's like his ring holder. It's just huge, life size.
Weirder things have happened.
Have they?
That's weird.
It's very weird. So that story, when she reached down and felt a hand, that's what it made me think of.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, we've got enough time for another story. You want to read the other one from Charlie?
Yeah, Charlie. I mean, she hooked us up.
Yeah,
we got 3.
She sent 3 long ones, so we were going to save them, but we got some time for this one.
All right, well then let's just jump back over to Cherish Charlie and listen to story number 2. You looking at me? That's like our Mafia dad with his pinky ring.
I feel like it's a really weird you put the emphasis on a wrong spot. You looking at me?
You looking at me?
You looking at me?
That's the cutest Mafia man ever.
That is our dad.
He would be the cutest Mafia man.
The cutest.
He would be so nice.
Man.
He would be sent to kill somebody who totally let him go.
Would you like to kiss my pinky ring?
You don't have to.
You don't have to.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
If you're comfortable kissing it, you're welcome to.
I'm supposed to kill you, but I'm not gonna. Instead, I'm gonna pray for you and send you on your way. You'll be fine. Don't tell anybody.
Don't tell anybody.
Oh, it's great. But instead, I think you're right. It's supposed to be, you looking at me?
You looking at me? Yeah,
you looking at me? This is a real Mafia guy.
Right.
We're talking about a real chain, not the teeny tiny little one that Dad wears that is so dainty.
I know. I just love the way you said it. You looking at me?
Stop. Every time you make me laugh this hard, I feel like my shoulders are going to burst like little sausages. Just packed full.
Wait a minute.
Stop, you're doing it again.
I'm so confused. You feel like
shit.
You feel like your skin is full of little sausages?
No. My arms
are like sausage links that are really tight.
Sausage links that are so tight they're about to burst.
Oh, thank goodness. I was picturing ground sausage.
No. Oh my gosh, it's disgusting. No. No, like sausage links. And every time you make me laugh, I feel like they're just going to pop open.
Okay, no, I get that. That is pretty gross. Thanks for that image.
You're welcome.
But it is actually less gross than the image I had. So thank you
That
again.
is true. Oh my gosh, you're so weird. Okay.
You're
You're weird. No, you are weird. You were weird on that one.
Okay.
I feel like everybody was picturing what I was saying, except for you.
I think I just misheard you.
Okay. All right. Gather myself. The eyes in my bedroom are on par with the terror room.
Wait, the eyes on her bedroom?
The eyes in my bedroom are on par with the terror room.
Okay. So the terror room from that story
from a previous episode.
Okay.
About a year after moving in is when the yellow glowing eyes started showing up on my ceiling.
Oh, that's weird.
That is very weird. We lived in a very low-key and dark neighborhood that was gated with no streetlights, and our house backed up onto a golf course. I say all of this hopefully to prove that there could be no way that light could reflect into my bedroom with its door closed that would make bright yellow, unblinking Cheshire cat-style eyes on my ceiling. They wouldn't always be there, maybe once or twice a week to start.
Oh, see? Not consistent.
Not consistent. And they wouldn't be there all night at first. I would wake up with the feeling that I was not alone and was being watched.
Ooh, no.
It wasn't my little sister being creepy, and we had no pets. My room is on the second floor with no roof access outside to the window. I love how she writes, because she's always like thinking of me.
Yeah, there is no way to debunk.
I am going to make this airtight. Or so you think. Cheers, Charlie. My room is on the second floor with no roof access outside the window, which did make it hard to sneak out. So no one could be looking in from there. After a few months dealing with this feeling and trying to stick with the "it's your imagination" lie, I told myself, and doing my best just to roll over and try to go back to sleep, or I just woke up to a non-person, and then in parentheses, ghost, walking up and down the stairs, because remember, this is the same house.
Yeah.
It worked for a while.
No, I wonder
if they're linked.
She's seeing the eyes
while she hears the sound.
Can she also hear the stairs?
At the same time?
Yeah.
It's a good question. That all changed when I started to hear a very quiet breathing.
Oh.
That got my attention.
That's the worst part of the night.
Mm-hmm. At this point, I would wake myself all the way up, and there the eyes would be on the ceiling about 10 feet away, just staring at me.
Ugh.
It felt like there was a dark smile that I couldn't see right under those glowing, unblinking eyes. I, of course, would yell for my mom, poor tired woman, to come to my room, which she did for a while. I told her about the eyes, and she would say that I was overtired or must have been dreaming. I wish. Then they started showing up all the time, every night. Of course, the best way to take care of this situation is to sleep with the lights on, right? I got a solid 4 months out of sleeping with the lights on until the bulbs started going out almost every night.
Oh.
Yes, every night.
Oh, that's very weird.
Mm-hmm. Now that I was in the 100 count of light bulbs, and my mom was on the frequent flyer program in Ace Hardware's light bulb department, my mom had an electrician come in and look at the outlet in my room and all the outlets upstairs, while also including the breaker box in the garage. There was nothing wrong that this trained professional could find. At this point, I am now 17 and a half years old, sleeping with my bedroom door wide open and the bathroom light on with the door wide open because creepy eyes can't seem to figure out how to burn out the fancy makeup lights in the bathroom. Even with the bathroom light streaming into my room from the 2 open doors, the eyes kept showing up nightly. They kept moving closer to my bed as it was darker the closer you got. I was out. I slept on my parents' bedroom floor almost every night of my senior year when I was home. They loved it. Eye roll.
But probably newlyweds.
Right.
Get out of here.
Probably newlyweds. That's great. But here's the thing. They never asked me to not sleep on their bedroom floor. Does that mean that they both felt that something was off in the house? Or were they just really understanding parents? I'll leave that one up to you.
Oh, wow. Huh. I don't know. Boy, they're like cursed.
Yeah, they've got, well, that's, okay, so that's kind of where my thinking goes, is that I think that Cherish Charlie is such a believer that I think imagination can probably run more wild in someone who is looking for things to happen.
I think that Cherish Charlie is such a believer because they have had so many experiences.
I could see how, as a believer, you would think that.
Yeah.
And I could see how, as a skeptic, I would think, oh, Charlie just really thinks things are happening.
Okay. She calls mom in and the eyes go away?
Yes, which is why I think that Charlie imagined them there.
Every night?
Yeah.
What about those light bulbs?
I need to hear Charlie's mom's account, because Charlie's mom sounds like a very big skeptic, and Charlie's going back into time, into her childhood. Now, I know she was 17 years old, but still, like, it could have been a couple series of light bulbs back to back, and in her mind, it's mounted now to like this grandiose number.
It was enough to have a electrician come out. Those guys are not cheap.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it wasn't like, I'd imagine after it's happened 3 or 4 times, you're like, what in the world is going on? But could have still been something that electrician didn't catch on to.
I don't know. I don't think so. I know as well, maybe Charlie's mom is not as cheap as I am. I'd be like, I need this to happen.
You just made me spit out my beer.
Sorry.
I did not know where you were headed with that.
I need proof that this is light bulb is gonna go out every night, and 3 times wouldn't do it for me.
Yeah.
I need more.
Yeah.
And then I think I'd be like, you're no longer allowed to turn the lights on.
Well, that would be the first one. Like, oh no, I don't care about those eyes showing up. They've not done anything to you yet. You'll be fine. Lights are out. Just close your eyes. That's how you make them go away.
Yeah. If nothing else, we've learned that Charlie's mom seems like a riot and the most patient mother.
Oh, definitely more empathetic than I am.
Yeah. And me, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. That's really interesting.
I just think that with light too, it definitely could have been some sort of reflection of something. A toy that was in the room that you didn't even notice was there. She said golf course, like their house backed up to a golf course. I used to live in an apartment backed up to a golf course, and there were crazy lights. In fact, we got very intoxicated one night and jumped the fence and ran back there, and I still have like the cover of one of the golf course lights somewhere in a box as memorabilia. Yeah, from my rebellious college years. So,
yeah, I don't know. I feel like once she turned the bathroom light on and she's got some light and it's still happening, how is she seeing?
Through her imagination, Erin. I've already explained this.
No. But is it just eyes, like disembodied eyes? Because once you've got a light on, you'd be able to see a figure.
Right.
But she said it was moving closer.
Mm-hmm.
So like glowing, floating eyes.
Suddenly you're finding holes in her story.
No, I'm not finding. In fact, it's getting scarier. That's so scary to just have eyes floating at you.
I want to know, like solid, like eye-shaped, just yellow. Or are you seeing like pupils? Are you seeing like...
Yeah, are they like reflections like a deer's eyes
like
in the headlights?
Yes, and like when she says a Cheshire cat, I can picture that cat's eyes, and they're very animated. Yeah. So I'm like, are you picturing a very animated set of eyes?
Yeah.
Because that tells me you're seeing a toy that's reflecting up there on your ceiling.
That's you have the shiniest ceiling in the world.
Or
you left that out.
Or it glows somehow.
Huh. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
That's really weird.
It is. I wish Charlie's name started with an I. Imaginative Inga.
Oh, that's worse than that is worse than chomping at the bit. How dare.
Charlie, I love you. Listen, I only tease like that with you, Charlie. I would only do that with you. That's how you know you're special, because you can take it.
Or Rebe.
Oh yeah, that's true. I do poke fun at Rebe too. But I don't think I've ever said it's her imagination. Did I ever say that about Rebe?
I don't know.
Came pretty close. I just threw it right out there. Charlie. Once I feel like I know you pretty well, I'm like, they can take it. I hope so. Gosh. If I'm offending you, Charlie, listen, we still want those cherries. And I'll retract whatever you need me to.
Hey, listen, she didn't get them. You sent them to me.
That's true. I can have a consequence.
Believe it. 100%. That I just am really freaked out by the fact of just floating eyes. That freaks me out. I want to see a reenactment video on one of those shows. Like,
get on it, Charlie.
One of those shows where they reenact the scary ghost stories. I used to watch those all the time right before bed.
Oh, yeah. They're so good.
Why would I do that? And they're like horribly acted, but I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, I know. I love that in Alina's story where she talks about her mom watching
Oh yeah.
The ghost story.
Ghost Hunters.
Yes. Used to watch those shows religiously. Loved them so much.
I know. Ghost stuff is so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's really fun that we have made this our little side hustle, so we get to hear ghost stories all the time.
I mean, the joke's on you all. We love it. It's not really a side hustle.
No, it's so much fun.
Yeah, it's great.
The joke's on who? I don't understand that.
I don't know. It's just like Miles saying, "Oh, you got to go to work," or it's a recording. I'm like, yeah, right. That's what it is. Yeah. Mommy's got to go to work,
right,
to go record. Joke's on you. I'm having a blast. Over here listening to ghost stories and laughing with my sister.
Well, not to put you on the spot again, but
don't worry.
It's time for fan favorite.
I've got some in the bank, so I am good to go. I could do a couple tonight if you wanted me to.
I don't want you to.
Okay, we'll spread them out. That's because you hate fans. Said. She hates the fans, you all.
I don't hate the fans. I just hate. I'm awkward at interacting with people, and I don't love that.
You're so weird. Not that that's weird to not interact with people, but you are so good at it, which is so funny to me.
It makes me just know if I've ever responded or reached out, I have felt uncomfortable and awkward.
Oh, that's hilarious.
While doing so.
Well, just know that if I have, I don't feel like that at all.
I know. See, that's why it's more meant for you.
There you go. Okay, so this week's fan favorite is, and I promise you, I'm not just picking all of my friends, but however, this is a wonderful fan of ours. This is Lane. I've known Lane for many, many years, and Lane's come to all of our live shows, which, speaking of which, we got a little bit of talk percolating over another live show this summer, possibly. So stay tuned for that.
In July. Yes. We think it's going to happen in July.
Yes. So stay tuned for that.
Please write in stories for that.
Yeah. Erin gets very nervous. Like we do. I will say this, by the skin of her teeth, we pull it off every week. We've had stories.
Yeah.
But I just learned today how much anxiety it causes Erin.
It does.
I am like the world's biggest optimist. I'm like, it'll be fine. We'll get them. They're going to come in. It's okay. Yeah. It'll start to get really low. I'm like, okay, I'll go hustle. I never have a worry. Apparently, it worries you a lot.
It does. It worries me. It takes up a portion of my day every day.
Oh, I feel so bad about it.
Now I'm worrying about stories.
Shit, I should be doing more. We laugh because I always think that I should and I don't.
I just don't know what to do more.
Yeah, like how do we get more stories? If you all have an idea of how we can bank more spooky stories for you all.
Yeah, we really need you all to tell people about our podcast legitimately so they will tell their stories. If you are like, "Ooh, I remember hearing this story at a campfire one night," call that friend and be like, "Hey, my friend needs this story." And then maybe they'll start listening. Yeah. And I just noticed I said my friend needs a story, but I truly feel like we've got like 200 regular friends who listen every week, and I love it.
We're up to 300. I looked at our numbers not too long ago.
That's
300.
True.
We're doing great. It's fine. Also, I thought for this live show, we could also do what we said we were going to do and go to a nursing home.
I've already contacted some people.
Girl,
I'm working on it.
Look at you. You work so hard for this podcast. I'm so glad I have you as a partner. Okay. So anyway, back to Lane. The reason I picked Lane is because Lane has showed up to both of our live shows. She's a big supporter. She listens to us very frequently. I'm not going to say every week, but I know she listens to us a lot and just is present on Facebook and is very supportive. So here is Lane. I gave my typical spiel of like, hey, I want you to be a fan favorite. She was so like, what, me? Aww. And then when do you need it by? I was like, oh, you don't have one like right off the top of your head? But anyway, she comes back and says, okay, girl, here it goes. This may be way too long, but I'm just winging it here. So cut or change what you need. And I'm not going to cut any of it. It's great. In fact, I just had Miles go. Lane is a hairdresser who just opened up her own business.
Oh,
so
nice.
I'm very proud of her. She's doing the hard work. She's in there. Female business owner. Super proud of her.
Awesome. And Lane is one of the coolest people I've ever seen in my life.
When Lane, you always know when Lane shows up for an event, you just know she's going to be gorgeous head to toe.
100%.
Yeah.
I've never not been in awe of Lane.
Oh yeah. You just stare at her. You're like, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. But here's the thing about Lane is she's also so down to earth.
Yeah.
And her laugh is hilarious. Like when she laughs, you cannot not laugh.
Aww.
And she's laughing all the time. So she's like the best person to be around because I don't even know that she knows how beautiful she is. But I always think the same thing when I see Lane. I'm like, man, she is just drop dead gorgeous.
Yeah. Gorgeous and cool.
Yeah, I mean, the whole package. Boy, Lane, aren't you loving this? Okay, she's like, never mind. You don't even have to say what you're going to say about. But anyway, I will say it because it's great work. So her new company is called Moxie Design Studio. Moxie, how cute is that?
Very cute.
Louisville's first. Okay, here's a word. I'm like, you made this up just so that I have to say. It's spelled Hygge. How would you say that?
Hyg.
Gge.
Higi.
Huga.
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 Hy.
Hygge.
No, she's saying that wrong. She's pretty, but
Right.
I'm just kidding.
True. No.
I'm kidding.
Huga inspired salon, focusing on comfort and the ritual of enjoying life's simple pleasures in a space that has been thoughtfully curated.
Oh my gosh, I want to go.
Oh, I've been. I'll tell you all about that in a minute. It's about more than just hair. I've been in this hair care industry for 21 years, and it's the friendships and connections. And she is like, you go in there, you're instantly friends. I mean, I've known her for 20 years. So instantly I was like, oh, it's like getting my hair cut by a friend.
But you didn't meet her through haircuts, though.
No, you would feel that way if you just went to go get your hair cut.
Okay.
And connections that keep me going. And the reason why I love it so much. So I actually didn't get my hair cut by Lane. I took Miles for his first big boy haircut. Like I've gone to like the local little barbershop where we pay him like $10 and they never do what I want. It always looks horrible, but I'm like, whatever. He's just a kid. Who cares? He's cute. His cuteness will carry him, right? But now, he's getting a little bit older. Some of that cuteness is going away. I'm like, we better start making you look handsome. So I took him to Lane. She did an amazing job. Best haircut he's ever had.
Aww.
And we did. We had so much fun. The space is beautiful. It's so much fun. The price was very reasonable.
Nice.
Because that's the other thing. I'm like, I don't know. You go to these salons and you don't know how much you're going to have to spend. It was very reasonable. And she does kids' haircuts. She does adults. But you don't go in there feeling like, oh, I'm in like a little kid's barbershop.
Oh, nice. I need a new place for the girls, too.
Oh, she's great. And she has snacks. Like she has like little snacks the whole time you're there. She's like, oh yeah, they can have a snack.
You don't have to say anything else.
Right.
I'm in.
Right. Yeah, she's awesome. Now, here's the deal. She did such a good job showing Miles how much fun it is to cut hair that the very next day, he came home and I was like, oh man, no offense, Lay, but now that like his hair's not styled, I'm like, boy, I think she kind of jacked his hair up a little bit. And I was like, I would never say that to her, but I'm just like, ooh, oh no. So I kind of like tried to ruffle it up and reset. The next day, I'm like, wait a second. It is even shorter today than it was. So I asked Miles and he was like, yeah, I've been cutting it at school every day. After I finally took him to get a nice haircut, that kid starts cutting his bangs and it looks horrible. I'm going to take him back to Lane's and I'm going to let him know that if he does that again, after he goes to Lane's, there will be a big consequence.
Yeah.
Because she made it look so good. But here's the problem. It's like everywhere else on his head is growing at an astronomical rate. Like it's like his head, the back of his head is getting bigger and poofier every day. And that same little area right there that I'm trying to let grow out because I don't know what in the world she's going to do with it. So I'm like, is he still cutting his hair? But I've hidden all the scissors, so I don't know how he's doing it.
What about lighters? Does he have any lighters?
I would not put it past this kid. I would not put it past him. Oh, but anyway, back to Lane. She does an amazing job.
Yeah.
And she's funny and she's fun and she's got snacks. So look up Moxie by Design.
And she's got snacks.
She's got snacks.
I am definitely I'm going to book a spot for her for the girls.
Oh, for sure. Moxie Design Studio.
Perfect. Well, great. I can't wait. I'm excited.
Awesome. There you go. I delivered
yet
again.
Thank you.
There's one thing you can just bank on in this world. It's me and getting fan favorites.
I can totally bank on it. Thank you, Lane, for being such a good fan and for being so cool that I am intimidated when I see you.
But you don't have to be.
I know.
Because it's Lane. As soon as you sit down with Lane within 5 minutes, you're like, oh my God.
We've already talked about how I'm an awkward person.
Yeah, that's true. You don't have to be around her though.
Okay,
I promise.
I'll try to relax. I'm sure I'll enjoy it once I'm there. All right. If you would like to support us, you can go to www.myskepticalsister.com, check out our website. And really, I would honestly be checking it out here because hopefully we're going to announce some kind of live show happening soon. We're in the talks.
Yes.
To make it happen.
It's starting to percolate.
If you've got a story that you're like, this story is so scary, but I don't have time to sit down and write it, please write it. That's what I want for a live show. I want to scare everyone's butts off.
Absolutely.
So write those stories in. On our website, you can find out how to become a Patreon, where you can join our movie nights or get our content of extra bloopers and our advice that we send out once a month. Plus, I'm trying to send out something every week. So we're trying to add more content for all of our amazing Patreons.
For sure.
You can rate, review, subscribe on Apple Podcasts. You can rate and subscribe on Spotify. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I hope you're enjoying our vintage pictures from our youth.
Oh my gosh. I'm enjoying them. That last one. Your perm. Oh,
my
Lord.
gosh, the perm.
Oh, Lord.
The perm. Why? Why would I have to be permed
Why
at
would
that
you
age?
perm a 4-year-old's hair?
I don't know.
Or a 2-year-old's
A 2-year-old's hair. After I posted the picture of me at 4 with a perm, and Christine was like, "Did you have a perm?" I was like, "Girl, this is probably my 17th perm. Let me show you. Let me show you the first." Oh my gosh.
That's great.
Yeah, so you get some like insider pictures when you're on our Instagram.
Yep, you definitely do.
If you have a story and you don't, for some reason, want to go to our website, you can go to myskepticalsister@gmail.com or DM either of us, and we will
we'll
gladly take your spooky stories, or just say hi. We like that too.
Yeah, we love it.
All right. Thank you guys. We'll see you next week.
Namaste.
La 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 la.
All right, down to business.
To defeat the Huns.
What are you doing right now? What is that?
Let's get down to business.
Aaron, is this a musical?
It's from Mulan.
Oh, of course. It's from an animated movie. That's why I don't know it.
It's from one of the best animated movies of our or any lifetime.
Okay. Well, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, that's true.
No thanks.
And they did a real version of Mulan, but they left out all the music.
Oh, I might be down for that.
Oh, the music was the best part. They left out Mushu, the little funny dragon.
Yeah, I think I'm okay.
You actually probably would like Mulan.
Yeah, okay. I'll go see that one.
She is texting me right now.
Charlie is?
Yes.
How does she have your phone
Well,
number?
she's messaging me on Facebook. Isn't that weird?
That is so weird. Maybe she knows when I opened up her. Does she know? Like, does it marked red?
I don't know, but she has not sent me anything in a really long time. I got to check that. That is weird.
That is very bizarre. Coincidence.
Oh, you too.
Love it. Hi, Elena.
Elena,
Hi, Elena.
I think.
Don't you correct me so boldly. But anyway, I feel like I have a lot of extra spit in my mouth tonight. Sorry if you see it.
And so I'm like, oh, I mean, why would I think anything else? What?
I just burped while you were talking. I was like, I wonder if nobody heard that.
I was like, should I not talk about
no,
this?
No. No, I was just like, oh shit.
Oh.
It snuck out. The dog woke me up. The husband woke the dog up. It was like, if you give a husband a video game instead of like if you give a mouse a cookie.
Can that be a blooper?
Sure. That laughter, like my skin is on fire now.
Oh no.
I also thought we could call her Cheshire Charlie. I don't know what Cheshire means though, so we'll just
I mean, I know it's a Cheshire cat. I can picture.
Yeah. So we'll just stick with, what did I say?
Cherished.
Cherished Charlie. Okay.